In today's video, we're going to be covering the top 10 perfect watches for under £10,000. And this is all according to you guys. A couple of days ago, I asked the Watch Family group chat, which is on the Chisholm Hunter Watches page, and also put a Q&A up. And I have tallied the totals and made a list of the top 10 watches under £10,000 according to you guys, according to the subscribers. So it's an interesting list. The one that's last or second to last actually kind of shocked me. Let's crack in. Yeah, and my name's Harrison, as always, Chisholm Hunter channel. Definitely put that in the wrong order. Before we start this video, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button to get involved in the next few videos, I'd really appreciate it. You'd be helping a watch nerd out, and there is a giveaway coming very soon. Thanks, guys. At number 1 or number 10, depending on the way you want to kind of actually, I should probably start with number 10. At number 10 with 2 votes, we have the IWC Mark XX. Mark XX being Roman numerals for 20, and the Mark 20 is kind of the more palatable, the less corrosive, I would say, Big Pilot. It has all the brilliant features of the Big Pilot, but just comes in a more kind of non-offensive package. I feel like the Big Pilot is big, it's bold, hence the name, and it's a brilliant pilot's watch. But if you aren't a pilot and don't need that big onion crown, then this is the smaller, more wearable option, I would say. Both being incredible watches, but this just being the more palatable of the two. This comes in at 40 millimeters in diameter, 10.8 millimeters in height, is water resistant to 10 bar. The glass is secured from displacement via a drop in cabin pressure. Essentially, if you're hitting major G's in the plane, it does have that preventative measure that stops the glass popping out. Hence why this is still a pilot's watch. Pilot's watches kind of run through IWC's DNA, and a lot of their watches are equipped to be pilot's watches. This model has the caliber 32111 movement. It's fully automatic with 120 hours of power, and there are lots of different variations that you can choose between. This model comes in at £4,800 with the leather strap, and I do think this is potentially, aside from the engineer, one of my favorite IWC models. Right, at number 9, I keep wanting to say number 2, at number 9, with how many votes did it get? With 5 votes. I can't believe this is number 9. Oh well. It's the Omega Speedmaster white dial. This Speedmaster was released late 2024, and I absolutely fell in love with it. In fact, it was going to be the Speedmaster that I got before my Apollo 11. I did change my mind last minute, but it is such a simple change. I mean, it's literally just a black dial Speedmaster sapphire sandwich with a white dial. I mean, that's literally all they've done, but it looks so good. The specs of this watch are exactly the same as we can see from the other sapphire sandwiches. It comes in at 42 millimeters in diameter, 13.2 millimeters in thickness, 47.5 millimeters lug to lug, and between those lugs, you have 20 millimeters. This watch does come in at £7,600, and that white dial just, it does really add a degree of class, add a degree of kind of sophistication to this watch that you don't get in the black dial. And before I keep rambling, let's get on to number 3, and I've not actually drank any of this yet. I keep holding it and not drinking it. At number 3, or number 7, God, I need to keep doing those mental gymnastics. At number 7, we have kind of a weird one. I didn't expect this one to pop up. It is the Tudor Pelagos FXD GMT. This model comes with a full titanium case, which is satin brushed, and comes in at 42 millimeters in diameter. It comes in at 12.7 millimeters in thickness and has a 22 millimeter lug width. It has those fixed strap bars that are iconic to the FXD range and give a real point of difference to this model. It has the manufacturer caliber MT5652-U, which is COSC and METAS certified, pretty awesome, and has a 65-hour power reserve. This full package comes in at £4,000. I feel like this watch is the military watch's military watch. Like, out of Tudor's arsenal, if you're going to get one purely for the field, being more of a field watch, I feel like this sits in that category a lot more. And this got 6 votes from you guys. And taking a look at the next one, we have a jump up to 8 votes. This is the Tag Heuer Carrera chronograph. Now, there hasn't been specification on where that vote actually lies in terms of model, but I'm going to pick one out of my pure bias and say the glass box. The Tag Heuer glass box has a ton of history and it remains one of my favorite, if not my favorite Tag Heuer out today. This model fits perfectly. It comes in at 39 millimeters in diameter, 13.9 millimeters in thickness, so it is that little bit thicker, and it has a water resistance of 100 meters. It has the movement TH20-07, which is fully automatic with 80 hours of power, and the green dial on this Tag Heuer glass box in particular is absolutely jaw-dropping. I love the boxed sapphire crystal. I love the kind of the weird nature of the dial. It doesn't look normal, and I think that the fact it doesn't look normal makes it look perfect to me. Before we go any further, if you do enjoy these videos and want to get involved in the next one, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And we also have a giveaway coming up soon, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. At number 5, with 12 votes, we have the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. Now, when looking at the OPs or Oyster Perpetuals, you do have tons of different color variations, tons of different sizing options to choose between. But in particular, I'm just going to talk about the 41 because I think that suits me the best. And I have 6.5-inch wrists, so hopefully that kind of fits the bill. This watch at retail comes in at £5,650, but that's if you can get it at retail. If you're to get it pre-owned, depending on the color and the rarity, it could be a lot higher than that. It comes in at 41 millimeters in diameter, has a domed bezel, which is polished, and has an oyster steel material bracelet. It's waterproof to 100 meters and has the movement caliber 3230 Rolex manufacturer. It's accurate to -2 to +2 seconds per day and has a fully automatic movement with 70 hours of power. The Rolex OP is something that never fully converted me until they started bringing out the more funky colors. In particular, I'm looking at the moment at the green. I was kind of obsessed with that at Watches and Wonders whenever it came out, and yeah, I still am. So I'm kind of glad this made the list because it's definitely worth it. At number 4, we have another Rolex. We're almost at the top 3, but at number 4, Rolex didn't quite cut it. With 15 votes, we have the Rolex Explorer 2. Now, obviously, with the Explorer 2, there are a couple of different dial variations you can choose between. I'll put them on the board. Don't have a board on the screen at the moment, and you guys can see them, but I would personally gravitate towards, you guys know it, the white dial. This model comes in at 42 millimeters in diameter, has that fixed, beautiful bezel in stainless steel with a 24-hour graduated markers. It comes with scratch-resistant sapphire crystal glass. We kind of expect that, and it has a water resistance of 100 meters. It has the movement manufacturer 3285, which is -2 to +2 seconds per day, and has approximately 70 hours of power again. And this watch also has a big, bold orange GMT hand, which makes it chef's kiss. It comes in at £8,550. All right, guys, the next one is a weird one because I'm kind of upset about it. I expected this to come in at number 1, but with 22 votes, we have the Omega Seamaster 300 meters. As we all know, the Omega Seamaster 300 meters is the king amongst watches. I've literally got one on, especially the white dial is the king with the black rubber strap. But let's just talk about any Omega Seamaster coming in at 42 millimeters. They come in at 42 millimeters, 13.6 millimeters in thickness, 49.9 millimeters lug to lug. They're waterproof to 300 meters and have 55 hours of power with the caliber 8800 movement. Now, I'm not going to dwell on this watch too much because you guys know how I feel about this watch. I have attachment issues to this watch. This is my watch. This is the king on the wrist of everyone. But it does come in at £5,600, and I'm really upset that it didn't make the top 3. I mean, come on. Anyway, let's get on to the top 3. The watch podium. The top 3 watches for under 10K. In third place, we have this. The Breitling Super Ocean Heritage. Now, there was a ton of updates, a ton of refinements to the Super Ocean Heritage very, very recently, and this watch got 26 votes. It beat the king by 4 votes. To be fair, it is a sexy watch. I can't get upset, but still. This watch comes in at 42 millimeters in diameter, comes in at 20.05 millimeters in lug width. It has a rubber green strap. This is just the one I've chosen. There's obviously different variations of this watch that you can get, but this is the one I've chosen because it looks, in my opinion, the sexiest. It is water resistant to 200 meters and has a fully automatic Breitling B31 movement. This is entirely self-winding and has 72 hours of power. I think Breitling did a really good job at the refinements that they made to this watch, and I have no doubt that that's what's made this sit in the top 3 between the best watches under 10k. I think Breitling are just doing awesome stuff. And on that note, did you guys see the Meteorite dial that they released really recently? Let's just have a look at it together, because this thing is stunning. So if you're a football guy, you'll of course know this gentleman, Aaron Halling. I think that's how you say his name. Handsome, handsome man, and he's worth millions and millions and millions of pounds. He's one of the best footballers alive at the moment. They released 4 different models in collaboration with him, or 2, but 2 of them have rubber straps, so technically that's 4. They released a Breitling BO142, and they released a Breitling Chronomat GMT, both with beautiful Meteorite dials. And oh my God, they executed it just perfectly, especially on that GMT model. Now, I am going off piste a bit here, but I just want to talk about this for a second. That Meteorite dial suits this watch to a T. It is stunning. But one thing that I'm not as keen on, and it's purely because I'm not really a football fan, I don't follow football as much, is the back of this watch. On the back of this watch, because it's a limited edition, it does have a photo of the gentleman himself in a kind of monk pose on the back. I'm guessing that's his football celebration. I absolutely love this watch, and I really hope, let me know what you guys think, but I really hope they release this in a non-limited edition with a non-football approach, just for the guys like me that aren't as big a fan on football. But if you are a fan of football, insane. Okay, we got a little bit sidetracked there. ADHD is taking me wild places. Let's get on to number 2. Second place on the podium, we have the Tudor Black Bay GMT. The Tudor Black Bay GMT comes in at 41 millimeters in diameter, 14.6 millimeters in case thickness, 22 millimeters in lug width. It's waterproof to 200 meters, has a beautiful, beautiful bezel in kind of blue and burgundy. That burgundy, because it's an anodized aluminium disc instead of ceramic, just looks so good. And it has the COSC certified caliber MT5652, which is entirely self-winding with 70 hours of power. This watch comes in at £3,870, so it isn't as close to the 10k mark as the Breitling, but it still is an awesome watch for the money, especially that opaline dial. Something to note, that dial isn't actually white. It's like a metallic-y kind of white, and it looks just stunning. The Black Bay GMT got 32 votes versus the 26 of the Breitling Super Ocean, and taking another big step up, we get to number 1 in first place. Well, actually, let's cover the honorable mentions before we get to first place. So honorable mentions, we have the Glashütte Original CQ, the Longines Hydra Conquest GMT, and the Raymond Vale Millesime, all of which were selected, but just didn't quite make the cut. I think the Glashütte Original CQ was just slightly too expensive. The Longines Hydra Conquest only had 1 vote, and the Millesime, I think, had 1 vote as well, but all incredible watches. And at number 1, or number 10, depending on the way you want to flip it, I've definitely made mistakes in this video, but let's move on, is this. The Tudor Black Bay Monochrome, the Heritage Monochrome, the monochromatic model that was released in 2024. And was I surprised at this one? Not really, because it's a banger. This model comes in at 41 millimeters in diameter, 13.6 millimeters in thickness. It's waterproof to 200 meters. It has a black anodized aluminium disc bezel, which is awesome. I can imagine that getting really matte and kind of dusty over time. But more specifically, it has a beautiful movement. The caliber MT5602-U, which is COSC and METAS certified with 70 hours of power. This watch comes in at £4,010. Thank you to everyone that got involved in this video. If you want to get involved in the next one, please hit that subscribe button or follow our Instagram or the family group chat on Instagram, which is Chisholm Hunter Watches, or my Instagram, HBO Life Lens, or follow our podcast, the Into the Mind podcast, and I'll see you guys in the next. I don't cap it like that. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Oh, I've ruined it. I'll see you in a bit.